we are standing by for Air Force One to touch down in Charlotte. We're expecting to see the president shortly before 1 o'clock.
The president will head to Wilmington later, but his first stop will be in the Queen City to visit with the families of the 4 officers killed in that violent shootout on Monday. But before leaving the White House, President Biden speaking for the first time about those protests on college campuses across the country.
But this isn't a moment for politics. It's a moment for clarity. So let me be clear. Peaceful protest in America. Violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. Threatening people.
Meantime, Eyewitness News covering the latest presidential visit. Tom George live in Charlotte with what we know about the president's schedule there today. Tom, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. It was important for the president to make a stop here in Charlotte in light of that tragedy from earlier in the week where those 4 officers were killed here in Charlotte while trying to serve a warrant. We are awaiting his arrival here of Air Force One at Charlotte Douglas International Airport here. He's expected to arrive here within the next hour. He'll only be on the ground for a short amount of time. He's going to be here from about 1 o'clock to about 2:30, and we are told that he is going to be meeting with the families of those fallen officers. We already know that the president early in the week calling them heroes. And certainly everybody in the country grieving the loss of those officers, and it's why the president wanted to make that trip personally as he continues his stop through North Carolina. So again, we are still waiting for him right now. He's expected to arrive around 12:50 here, also a little bit before 1 o'clock is when he will be arriving here, and then he is set to depart at 2:30 before he makes that trip to Wilmington. But really, the entire community here in Charlotte, as well as back in the Triangle, has been paying tribute to those officers, and now the president will be meeting with those families as well. Again, still a little while before the plane touches down here, but of course we will cover that live in our next half hour and beyond as we continue to cover the president's visit here to Charlotte this afternoon. Reporting live, Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, that terrible day in Charlotte making national news, and President Biden will play consoler-in-chief in Charlotte this afternoon. Thank you, Tom. After departing Charlotte, President Biden will head to Wilmington, where he is set to announce $3 billion in funding to help communities across the country remove and replace lead pipes. The funds are from Biden's signature bipartisan infrastructure plan as part of the president's promise to replace every lead pipe in the country within a decade. The administration says North Carolina will get $76 million of that funding to replace lead pipes across the state.
North Carolina has had its fair share of challenges with clean drinking water, whether it's Gen X and some of these forever chemicals or lead service lines. And so we're back in Wilmington today because we know that wherever there's a lead line, we know that there's danger. One lead service line is one too many.
Keep it here as we cover President Biden's visit to Charlotte. The president also making that campaign trip to Wilmington. Michael Perchik covering that angle for us. Look for updates all day here on Eyewitness News, ABC11.com, and the streaming app.